Hello, good morning, everyone. I know some of you are still getting connected to your internet settings, so I see some of your audio is still connecting, so we'll go ahead and wait just a couple minutes for you all to get connected. We're excited that you're here joining us today for our Canvas tutorial. So we hope that you guys all get some information that is going to be useful for you to help you with your first week of school. And we're going to go ahead and get started in just a couple minutes. So I'll continue letting people in, and hopefully everyone can hear us, right? Give me a head nod. Thank you. Is that China, Jewel Gregory there? Thank you. We love that. So we can't, you guys aren't able to talk with us through this session, but you are going to be able to chat with us. So down at the bottom of your screen, there will be a little chat function. If you have any questions throughout this time, you go ahead and click that button and type in your question, and we will go ahead and get to those questions in just a couple of minutes. My name is Andrea. I'm an outreach specialist for Fresno City College. And then today we also have Marilyn and Sim, who are our student ambassadors, and they're going to actually be presenting for you today. So I'm going to turn it over to them so that they can go ahead and get started.
Hi guys, just want to reconfirm you guys can hear me. Hi, Nod. Yes, thank you. Hi. My name is Marilyn and this is Sim. We're student ambassadors on campus. And usually right now we'd be showing you the different facilities on campus, and we're just going to transition that online and show you guys, your new online learning platform, because this is what you're going to be using for, the majority of your assignments for your classes and whatnot. So we just want to make sure you guys are comfortable. We want to help you guys, understand and be comfortable with this so you guys can succeed in college and your college experience is really great. So I believe with that, I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. So I'm going to need another confirmation when you guys can see the PowerPoint. Just nod your heads. Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to be going over how to navigate Canvas. All right, it's loading. It's going to take a minute. Okay, so today we're going to go over, why Canvas is important. Like I said already, it's really important. Your teachers, your instructors are going to be using this to communicate with you, to put your assignments on here. So we're going to show you how to customize your profile, how to, one, communicate through Canvas, not only with your professors, but also with your peers. We're going to explain the main components of Canvas and also give you access to more help and more resources you can utilize. So what is it? Canvas is an online learning platform. You're going to find all of your courses on Canvas. You're going to access all your student content on this platform. You're going to submit your assignments, take quizzes, you're going to be able to check your grades, and also, like I said, communicate with your instructors and your classmates. So how do you get to Canvas? You go to www.fresnocitycollege.edu. You click on the My Portal button. It's the black cube with an arrow going through it. And you're going to go to, you're going to log into your My Portal. Your username is your 7-digit ID number. We've sent you this in emails. It's on your SEP. You should probably memorize this. It's really important, and you're going to log into this pretty much every day. And then your password is going to be the capital initial of your first name and then the initial of your last name, but not capitalized, and then your 6-digit birthday, so 2 months, 2 day, 2 year. This is what the Canvas app will look like. So you're gonna, refresh to this page. It's the third button down. I think it looks like an eye or the top of an Xbox controller. If that's familiar to you, it's just a red circle. So it's also mobile. I like using it on my phone. I think it's easier to access this way. Some teachers open it up and allow you to, turn in assignments this way. It's also easier to check announcements on your phone. It's really quickly because you're going to want to check into this almost every day. And you can get that at the Play Store. This is your Canvas dashboard, or what your Canvas dashboard is going to look like. Consider this your new home screen. This is where you're going to see, all the courses you're enrolled in, the Canvas menu. We're going to go over all of the icons on the side over here. Yes. Sorry. Okay, so this is your Canvas menu account. And you're here on this page, you're going to be able to put a profile photo of yourself. You're going to be able to change your notifications. So what do you want to, ding on your phone when your teacher announces a quiz, or maybe your grade is updated? You're going to want to create a bio for yourself, maybe so your teacher can get to know you, so different peers can get to know you, and you can change other settings on this too. You're going to see all of your different courses on this course tab, all of the courses that you already registered in, and we'll go more in depth with that later. This is your Canvas menu calendar, and you can change it to different settings. It can be weekly, monthly, daily. It shows all of your upcoming assignments, anything you need to get turned in, and you can adjust which classes you want to be prioritized and which classes you want to be shown here, especially on mobile. That's why I like the mobile version too. Here is your Canvas menu inbox. So if you want to contact your instructors, we'll first contact them via email to see how they prefer to be contacted with. Some professors prefer via email, other professors via Canvas. So make sure you get in contact with them and make sure which way they want to communicate with you, whatever way is easier with them. So if you still need help navigating Canvas, we have a user guide for you on this. And we have support contact information for you. We have the Fresno Canvas support, general Canvas support. If you want to contact your instructor, you don't know how to do that, there's a quick link here on how you can do that. You can always ask for help on this tab. And there's also COVID-19 resources. If that's something you're interested in or something you want to do, there's a link down there at the bottom. Okay, and with that, I believe I'm going to hand it over to my partner, Sim.
Okay. Hi, guys. So good morning. My name is Sim, and I'm a student ambassador here at Fresno City College. And I just want to thank you guys for joining us this morning. So I'm going to go over the Canvas menu and the course menu. And then at the end, we'll be taking your guys' questions via chat. So here we have is your Canvas menu courses. And when you actually go into the little boxes, each of the little box screens, you'll be clicking on, or kind of like will be categorized into your classes. So as you see on here, if you see on the left-hand side, you'll see English 1A. So when you click on that class, it'll kind of break it up into your modules, your announcements, your simple syllabus, your grades, and so forth. You can go to the next slide, Carolyn. Can you go to the next slide, Marilyn?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so when you're in the actual box in your class under the course menu, you will see on the left-hand side when you're actually in your classroom course. As I said, you'll have the modules. You'll see your course information, such as your course, your section number, the term, which, this next semester is going to be your fall 2020 term. You'll see the red menu icons will allow you to have access to your course materials. So each instructor may customize them, meaning that each professor has like different ways of utilizing Canvas. Some professors will utilize the discussions differently. Some will, utilize the assignments tabs differently. So don't be afraid to go in and kind of be investigative when you're inside the boxes. I use online courses. So when you go into these tabs, don't be afraid to click around and kind of see how the professors are utilizing Canvas, because each professor uses it differently. So on your own time, just go in and kind of click around and kind of see how each professor is utilizing it. You also will see under the course menu on the left-hand side, when you're under each box, which is your classroom, you'll see that they'll have announcements under the modules tabs. Your announcements have important information that your instructor will post. There is usually a welcome announcement for each class, kind of telling you what their expectations are. You know, sometimes they'll have what books they might want you to purchase, if there's a book requirement or not. Sometimes they'll just have a lot of the information posted online. And also you want to just make sure you view what their expectations are, like I was discussing. Next slide. Okay. Under that, actually above that, we're going over the modules. Under the modules, a lot will be assigned, such as your homework. It'll even have like discussions that might be assigned, a lot of reading material, generally articles that will be posted that you'll have to read. So as you can see right here, you'll have like orientation, journals, different things that the instructor might want you to read through. Modules are organized way that instructors will post related course assignments. The modules tabs allow you to easily see what's due for each module by week. Okay, next slide. Okay, course menu module icons. Again, they're broken down. You'll see these little, icons. Some, with math and science, you'll see scientific method. So you'll see like this little icon. That's what that means. On here, you'll see one, another one. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to see what that says. So, class survey, and then also different ones that just kind of different subjects is what those icons mean. Okay, modules can have different types of content. Each icon represents what type of content the modules contain. So you have page, discussion, quiz, assignment, link, or external text. Okay, next slide. Okay, and then again, course menu modules. When clicking on the assignment in your module, you will have to submit the option for your assignment. When the assignment needs to be submitted, the red button will say submit assignment. Always make sure you double check your work before submitting. So with online classes, a lot of the professors want you to double check your grammar. You can use like free websites such as Grammarly. You can also utilize a lot of tutoring, online tutoring through Fresno City College, where you can get linked up with our tutoring centers where they can review your grammar. And then also we have Net Tutor that you can utilize online through Fresno City College also. So I definitely would strongly suggest you utilize those options before submitting your online work. So that's, a lot of help, and it can also improve your grades. Okay. Under the course menu is a discussion board also, which is also on the left side. Discussion boards may be used for participation. Discussion boards are also like chat rooms. In my experience, they're also as homework. So you want to make sure you're staying on top of these and using like full paragraphs. The instruction gives you a certain topic to discuss on a regular basis. You'll want to also reply to other students with these discussion boards and respond also to students' discussions within your posts. Okay, next slide. Course menu, of course, your professor will be assigning you a syllabus. Syllabus information will have your course section number, course outcomes and expectations, instructor name, contact information, how they want to be contacted, what times their office hours are, or when you can contact them via Zoom, what books are required or if a book is needed, and then if they have electronic syllabus or downloadable or printable materials. The next option, course menu, would be your assignments. Right here on the left again, and you're under the classroom content with the red tabs. Some courses may use the assignment tab to submit assignments. You can see how many points your assignment is worth. Make sure you double check your work before submitting an assignment. Okay. And that's course menu again. Under the course menu, you have test and quizzes. Quizzes and tests may be another icon that you see. Remember that each instructor can customize the course menu. Again, every professor uses Canvas differently, so don't be afraid to click around within Canvas to see what options you're using and what they're not using. Okay. And then of course under grades, grades tabs are shown with your assignments and grades. Instructors may take a while to post grades, so just be patient with them. And you are one of many students within the course. View grades based on the what if course, what if score, excuse me. So if you click on a what if score, sometimes it'll give you like a goal if you have a grade that you're shooting for, and it kind of tells you This is a score you would have to get, to get an A in the course. So it's kind of a cool option down here below. You can click on that to see, okay, if I want to get an A in this course, what do I have to get on my next assignment? So what if score allows you to enter a hypothetical grade? What if score can help you get the grade you want? So it's kind of a neat little thing that you can utilize also. Okay. Course menu also have a student support hub. So one-stop shop for accessing all the support services available to you at Fresno City College. Check out the latest as far as all the COVID-19 information and resources and support. You can access any Fresno City College library information and resources. Our tutorial center is amazing. I definitely encourage you guys to access that information. It really helps the professors know when you're utilizing that and doing like your grammar checks and getting, it doesn't even take that long to get your papers reviewed. So definitely have them review that before submitting your homework and your assignments. And visit our student wellness online services. Next slide. And then also we have Passport to Canvas. So on Passport to Canvas, it's kind of a tutorial of what we just reviewed. You can click on that. It's a public course that provides all that you need to know about utilizing Canvas. It keeps track of your assigned work. It gives you feedback and grades. It helps you stay in touch with your classmates and instructors. You can earn fun badges while learning. Search public course in Canvas to find Passport to Canvas. Become comfortable, familiar with Canvas. And so this just kind of gets you more familiar with Canvas and it actually helps you become more resourceful and how to utilize it. So after this, if you want to click on this, you can kind of go in and just learn how to use the options a little bit, become more familiar with it. Okay. So with our wrap up, today we learned about what Canvas is. We determined why it's important. We learned how to customize your profile, how the communication tools work. We kind of explained the main components of how Canvas worked and how to access help and support and much, much more. And then we're going to answer a lot of your guys' questions because I know we went a little bit fast. And so, yeah, feel free to ask us any questions that you might have. Yeah, so we're ready for questions now.
Thank you, Sim, and thank you, Marilyn. Can you go back to, there was one screen I wanted you to just revisit real quick.
Sure.
The Canvas dashboard, I think it was slide 7,
Sure.
Marilyn. Can you go back there? And then I see some questions are coming through in the chat, so I'll go ahead and I'll answer those in just a minute. So we will be recording, the session is being recorded, and we will be posting this to our RAM Ready webpage at the end of the week. So you will be able to go back in and you can rewatch this video. But we just want to point out a couple things. Yeah, slide 7, it should be Canvas dashboard right there. Okay, so the Canvas dashboard, you could see there on the left-hand side, every time you log into Canvas, that menu is going to be standard for all students. So you'll see that when you log into Canvas, and then it has your profile, it's got your dashboard, it's got your courses, your calendar. So that's like an accumulation of everything that you have in your other course information. Go ahead and go down to the slide. Let's see, which one is it? Slide 13 now. So slide 13 differs a little bit here, where once you are in Canvas and you select a course, 13, Marilyn, it'll have the Canvas menu courses.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one more after that. There's a delay here with the internet, I think. Keep going.
I'm on Canvas dashboard, slide 7 now.
Yeah, I want slide 13. So this is the Canvas dashboard that has just your information regarding Canvas, but then each course that you're enrolled in is right there, is going to have, like Sim was mentioning, a different menu. So that's why you see that shift there, which could be a little bit confusing when you're trying to find information in Canvas. So, that student's information is she's selecting her English 1A class, and then it pulls over to the menu there. So you'll see for her, she's enrolled in a couple different classes. So right now, you may not see all of your classes in there because not all of the instructors have loaded those classes. So if you're registered in the courses, then you will see those on day one. So on Monday, you will see your courses loaded in there. This is where it gets a little tricky. If you do not see the courses that you're enrolled in, then you'll need to contact your instructor. And remember, you can contact your instructor by going to your web advisor account, which is in your portal, and you can look up their contact information. So each instructor has their college email address. You'll be able to contact them. But that's one of the questions that I just got in the chat. When will the rest of our classes be put on Canvas? So what we know, Grace, is that instructors were encouraged to preload their classes this week. So if you do not see them and you're registered for them, you will see them on the first day of school. So all instructors have to make their classes go live by the first day of school. So you will see them there. Some of you might be seeing 2 courses that you're enrolled in, but you're enrolled in 4 and you don't see those. Again, if you don't see them by the first day of school, that's really when you kind of start to worry and you need to reach out to your instructors. Um, and let's see, how do I know? Oh, what is Name Coach? So yes, China, you did not miss that. We didn't really cover Name Coach in this tutorial, but Name Coach is another, I think that one is in your settings, right? Let's go back to that page. Can you go back to slide 8, Marilyn? So in your Canvas menu, this is where you get to kind of, when you're on social media or you're on any other type of platform where you get to introduce yourself and you get to tell people a little bit about who you are with a little short bio right there. You get to go to your settings here and do that. So in your Canvas menu, your account information, that's where you would be able to change your notification preferences like Sim had mentioned. Make sure that you get those notifications to your phone, or set them how you're going to get notified. Edit your profile, so put a picture there, create a bio, and then the name. Is that where the Name Coach is? Oh, maybe Name Coach isn't in there. I'm sorry. Name Coach is where you get to actually let the instructor know how you want your name pronounced. So it's a nice tool because this great, U.S. place that we live in has a lot of different, names and pronunciations. And we as students, sometimes you will say, well, yeah, that's my name, but just call me this, because you feel like you're making it easier on somebody else. But we really need to be respecting that person's individuality and saying, this is how you pronounce your name. We're going to learn how to pronounce your name. So I believe Name Coach is what allows you to do that. So the instructors can hear how you want your name pronounced. So it's a really great tool for us to really get to know our students and respect everybody's individuality. So very good question. So like Sim was talking about, there's a lot of tools inside Canvas. This tutorial was designed to kind of go over the main things you'll need for course content, how to get in here, what important functions there are. But there are so many more resources that you have in here that you just go in, like she said, and play around and click on things, and you're not really going to hurt anything going in here and looking. So just go ahead and do that. And let me go back here to the questions. What if you try to enroll but the site keeps messing up and you've been, oh, okay. So Zayamara, if you've tried to enroll in a course, I'm not sure which course you're trying to enroll in, so you guys won't be able to enroll in your own courses. That is all done by your instructors. So if you're registered for a course, it's just going to pop up for you automatically. But if you're trying to enroll in like a public course, you really shouldn't have any problems. Like a lot of the courses are open, like Passport to Canvas or There's another one called Online Student Success. Those courses are public, and you can just go in there and search in Canvas and add yourself to those courses. If you continue still having problems, you'll want to utilize those help functions that Marilyn and Sim went over. So make sure you do that. One of the other things that we just want to point out is, we're talking about these classes that you're registered for. So some of you might be waitlisted for classes. And if you're waitlisted for classes, those classes are not going to show up in your Canvas because you're not technically registered in those. So for waitlisted classes, what you need to do is you need to refer back to your schedule where you signed up for the waitlist, and you'll need to contact the instructor on the first day of school to make sure that you mention to them, I'm on the wait list. I want to see if there's room in the class. And if that instructor adds you and gives you an add code, then you will be able to see that course in Canvas. So waitlisted classes are a little tricky with online because you don't just show up to the class like you normally would and say, hi, I'm here and I'm on your wait list. Now you have to do that all through this online platform. So utilizing your student email, getting in touch with the instructor through email, and then adding your course if they have room for you, adding your course code, and then the instructor will give you permission to view the Canvas stuff. So just remember that. Let's go back to one of the other questions. Instructor hasn't listed times or dates on the meeting. She's submitting all of her instruction via video instead of Zoom. Yes, so good question. So China, there's two different types of courses that are in Canvas. And if you log onto WebAdvisor, you will see the important notices screen that comes up, and it tells you what types of classes are offered at Fresno City College. So there's two types of classes. The first one is asynchronous classes, meaning that and this is all in your WebAdvisor, so you'll be able to see that. We also have WebAdvisor tutorials coming up through this, so we encourage you to go to those later on throughout the week. That way you can get familiar with WebAdvisor and see the differences in these platforms. But the asynchronous class may utilize Canvas and other Zoom or video instructions, and it will tell you when those meeting dates occur. So as an example, English 1A has a class called English 205 with it. It will say, this class meets in Zoom on Fridays between 1 and 2:30 in Zoom, and you have to go to this class. That's called an asynchronous class. Or I'm sorry, synchronous classes. Asynchronous, with the A in front of it, means that you're pretty much self-guiding, self-learning all through Canvas, but you're following along and making sure you don't fall behind. So those classes will say lecture to be announced, meeting date, yes. And we realize, this is confusing for students because we built these classes thinking we were going to be in school, and then we aren't coming back to school this term. So you have to kind of assume, because that's what we're saying as a college, that these classes that say lecture dates to be announced, we have decided those classes are strictly going to be on Canvas. They're strictly going to be online. They're not going to have live interaction dates like this. Now, your instructor may say, hey, I have live office hours for you to meet with me, but that's not a live event where like all students are participating at one time. So I know that's a lot of information to cover, but I think you covered something important, China, is saying your instructor, you've reached out to them and they haven't really been clear, or maybe they are, letting you guys know. The communication part of this is huge. So you really want to make sure that you are, asking them to clarify and making sure that you know what type of course this is. But those important notices that explain the different types of classes, those are listed on WebAdvisor. So if you join our WebAdvisor tutorials also that we have today, you'll see kind of where you're going to find that information. So hopefully that answered your question for that. She's submitting all of her instruction. Yeah. So when she submits it during video, she may just post that for you, or she may have you guys log in to review it. That part you will have to check with the instructor. Let me go to another question here, Jenny. So, oh, sorry, it's moving down just a little bit too much. How do I know when each class starts, and do teachers take role by entering the Zoom meeting for class or just logging into Canvas? Good question, Jenny. So when does the semester begin? Sam, Marilyn?
10th.
Yeah.
Monday. Your semester starts Monday. However, there may be short-term classes, so you really have to review your class schedule. You need to look at your class schedule and look at the meeting dates. So if the meeting dates say August 10th through December, 16th, I'm not too sure of the end date, then you know your class starts on Monday. So you just need to log into Zoom. Usually, or I'm sorry, log into Canvas. In Canvas, there may be part of a discussion that you have to take part in, like they covered here in this session. Discussion boards are kind of like participation points a lot of the times. Sometimes they count for your assignments. So you really just need to make sure that you are logging in the very first day of school and you're reading through those important announcements and you're reading through the assignments and you're reading through the discussion boards to make sure you're not falling behind already. Because usually the first day of class is you go and it's roll. So you just have to make sure you log into Canvas the very first day of school. So hopefully that answered your question, Jenny. And I believe the instructors can tell if you've logged in too. So like I said, just make sure you're reading those announcements and those discussion boards. Will the online courses be conducted at the times and days of the week that they were originally registered? No, they will not be. So Priscilla, that has changed since then. The course information should have been updated. So when you built your schedule, you said, I want to go to school on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to, 5 o'clock, and you've got 2 or 3 classes in between. Once these classes switched over to either the synchronous or asynchronous model, we had to turn all of those into online classes. So some of the instructors chose to keep them on Zoom. I'm sorry, on Canvas. I need to stop saying Zoom. We're in Zoom. They will keep them on Canvas either 100% of the time, or they will say have Canvas, but then I need you guys to access Zoom for these sessions, or I need you to access this, during this time. So those types of things may be assigned to those courses that are synchronous courses. So again, you really just have to be in communication with your instructors, because if you notice that some of your class meeting times, your online meeting times conflict, you need to make sure that you talk with your instructor. So again, this is something that we transitioned to because we didn't know how this semester was going to turn out. So we anticipate that there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of you know frustration probably. So check your student email, because we have had lots of communications go out from the college giving you this information, giving you tips on how to prepare, letting you know to log into your portal and to your web advisor and to your Canvas. So checking your student email is also very important aside from this Canvas. So yeah, we know you don't want to get dropped if you don't attend. So that's where we say you log in, and if there's a discussion, you post on that discussion. You post on there, you let everybody know that you're there, and you email your instructor on that first day. It really comes down to kind of making sure that you've done everything that you know within your power you have to do. But yeah, I think you all who are asking these questions are starting it off really well, because you're anticipating this. So we're giving you the tools to help you be successful, so that you know how to get in there and make yourself known. Make yourself known with that instructor. Let's see. Let me. So one of the questions came through about how do I check in for my course? Um, Yeah, so like I had mentioned a little while ago, the instructors can see who's gone into their courses. So if they don't have a discussion board, or they don't have something for you to do on the first day, they can see that you've logged into the course on that day. So they can see that information in their settings. So just make sure that you do that. But like when you're in your Canvas course, you got to make sure that you read all of your information that's in your announcements, and then check your course syllabus. So normally, when you enter a class, the instructor hands you a piece of paper that's got all of their information, which is called that syllabus, like Sim or Marilyn went over. That syllabus is now online. So go ahead and go back to the syllabus screen. I believe that was slide 20. So your syllabus now that outlines your course guidelines, your course outcomes, all of the things that are required, your required textbooks, that is going to be electronic now. So you should be able to just click on the little icon that says course syllabus or simple syllabus and download or print or view that. So there in the little picture you'll see next to the English class, there's a little print button. You'll be able to print that. If you don't see that syllabus, make sure that you reach out to that instructor to say, we're unable to view this. Is it, the link working good or whatnot? So you just want to make sure that when you go in there, you look at that syllabus, you read through your announcements, you check your discussion board and all of that. So you're really doing a lot of your own self-guided stuff in Canvas. So your instructors are there to support you and to grade and to do all of those other things, but you kind of have to go through and get yourself familiar with Canvas as well. So let's see. And then Nathan is asking about financial aid. Will there be another Zoom? Yes. So Nathan, there will be another financial aid Zoom, and it's going to be on Thursday. So everyone who signed up for this, you all have been receiving the daily emails, right? Awesome. You've been receiving those daily emails with all of these links. That's what's going to happen for the rest of this week. So you'll receive links for every day up until Friday. So there is another financial aid Zoom, and it's going to be on Thursday. So go back to our webpage, fresnocitycollege.edu/ramready, and you'll see the list of everything that's happening this week along with the dates and times. And then when you've signed up, you'll receive those emails with the links. So you guys don't have to re-sign up if you've already done it. We know you have because you're here, but there will be another financial aid session there. Or you can review the one that was live streamed yesterday on YouTube. Just go to the Fresno City College YouTube page and you can review that financial aid. If you are going to email them, put RAM Ready in their subject line so that way they can get back to you very quickly. All students who are attending these live sessions, if you put RAM Ready in their subject line for financial aid, they will respond to you. They'll kind of move you to the front of the line, so to speak, and they'll get your questions answered. So that's a really good thing to take advantage of this week if you've not done that. So hopefully let's see, you can mention that we see if they have course. Okay. So let's see if there's any other questions. Noah, if one of my classes doesn't have a set meeting time and it doesn't have anything set up in Canvas, will they show up on Canvas when the set times start during school? Yes, so Noah, if you don't see anything in Canvas yet, and your class starts on Monday, you will see it by Monday. So you still have a little bit of time to look in there. This is new for us, but this is new for you as students, but this is also new for instructors. Not all instructors have ever taught online before. So, they need a little bit of time to get their courses set up. So they've tried to get all their information up as soon as possible. Some may have it this week because I know that you're telling me that some of your courses are there, but others may not have it set up until Monday. So, if they see that information, if you see that information in Canvas, then take that opportunity to look at it then. Be proactive, get ahead of the game. And then it's only time to panic when you don't see it on Monday. So when you don't see it on Monday, that's when, you want to make sure you've checked your email for any communication, that you're not missing anything like that. Yeah. So hopefully that answered your question. And then let's see, we have another question from Brandy. Can you be in more than one class discussion at a time? Can you elaborate on that one, Brandy? Can you be in more than one class discussion? So I think if you're talking about the class discussion boards, um, you know, they're not timing you while you're in there. You just go in there and you post your information, and then you can get out of that Canvas course and go to another course and then post a discussion there. So if that answers your question, then you're just it's not something like you're attending a discussion. You're just going in there and you're accessing your own Canvas course and the little options that are there for you for the discussions. hopefully that answered your question. If not, just repost your question and I'll try to get to that. Do you have to create a bio? So that's a good question. Sim, Marilyn, do you have to create a bio?
No, it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary. But you think about this when you
A
go
lot
to
of people
class.
do.
Hmm.
A lot of people, like, for instance, my actual name is Simony. So it's funny, but I like to go by Sim. And then you have people that like to utilize pronouns now. Like a lot of the younger generation coming up, they utilize pronouns, and so some of the professors are encouraging that, because they're not, they're older, from a different generation, and so they are encouraging, if you want to go by a pronoun or different ways or a different name, just let me know. And so it's pretty neat how they're very open to ideas and just different things. And so the bios are an opportunity for dialogue in a lot of
Always,
different
yeah.
areas. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Also, your teacher could make it an assignment or an extra
Yeah.
credit opportunity, so just know where it's at, utilize it.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
thank you. And then we had another question coming from Jada. So is my class going to be every day or just the days I choose in the beginning? Okay, so going back, I think Jada, you were also the one who asked about, are your classes the same, like following the same schedule when you signed up? So everything that happened in April and May when you signed up is kind of like gone now. Really, we don't have uh, those meeting dates that are in person. We're not adhering to those meeting dates anymore because we're not going to be able to come on campus. So if you chose Monday, Wednesday classes, from 8 to 1, you don't have to access those courses during 8 to 1, but you will be in charge of planning when you are studying, when you're doing homework, how you're managing your time. So for that part, you're in control of. So you'll log into your Canvas the first day of school, all of your classes, right? Get in there, look around, make sure you complete any activities or discussions or assignments that your instructor has. And then you kind of just get to manage your time and figure out what schedule you're going to create for yourself to be able to get all of your work done. So if you're a morning person and you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm getting on Canvas today, I'm going to start my homework for these classes, and then my afternoon is off, then you get to develop that. So that's a good thing about online is you get to kind of make that schedule yourself, but then that could also be something that you need to practice, get in the habit of, because it's easy to not, get on Canvas and not do your work. So you just really have to make sure that you're managing your time. Marilyn and Sim, is there any tips that you have for managing your time during these online courses, how you have managed to get through some of these? Because this is now, they're going into their second semester. They were part of the first semester that went partially online, so they had to adapt midway through the semester, and that was a little challenging. Can you share some tips that you had?
Check it every day. It's so easy. Like, I have it on my phone, so you could be doing whatever, like just like laying in your bed, and it's on your mobile phone. So just check if you have assignments, because the days will pass because it's online. You don't really have a sense of time anymore because of what's going on in the world. Put a calendar. Use the calendar. Put some notifications on your phone calendar too. Set up alarms for your assignments. You'll forget about them. You will. Like, it's really hard trying to stay on top of them, especially when it's online. Like, yeah, it's on your phone. You take it wherever, but are you doing them? Are you being, dedicated, sitting at your desk? Like, just make sure you're dedicated, staying on top of it. Yeah, stay on top of it. Definitely.
I've noticed when I build a relationship with my professors and I'm really open and honest, email, certain times in my life, you struggle, you have ups and downs in your life. Sometimes you're working really hard, sometimes you have more free time. And so sometimes, during certain times in my life, I'm struggling. And so when I reach out to my professors and I say, I'm so sorry I didn't get that assignment in, I was working a lot, is there any chance I can turn it in? Or I just express what's going on in my life and I keep an open communication with my professors. I notice I get better grades. in those classes because I'm letting them know what's going on in my life and that I'm really trying. And I always ask for tips as far as, hey, how can I get better grades in this class? And so they suggest, the grammar websites. So I really utilize those grammar websites. And I notice when I take time to utilize those, I get better grades also. So,
Yeah,
And
you also, oh, I'm so sorry.
oh no, go ahead,
Uh,
Marilyn. Go ahead.
you
Go ahead.
also want to use the resources that we provide. So we have like the tutorial center, the net tutor. You want to use the things, you have. Yeah, Anthony?
Yeah, so my name's Anthony. I work in the college relations office here at Fresno City, and alongside the ambassadors and Andrea, the host of this session. And I've been seeing a lot of students, when's my class? Do I have to check it every day? Are there certain times? I highly recommend refer back to your syllabus for each course. Your syllabus is the outline that's going to be provided by your instructor on everything. How many assignments you're going to have, when are they due, um, their contact information, what textbooks you need. Whatever they provide in that syllabus, that's what you really need to follow. If when you registered back in March, it said you're going to meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m., but then in your syllabus that you see next week from your instructor, it says I'm going to post all the content online and you guys view it at your own time, then that's what you're going to be held to for this semester. If they mention in their syllabus, hey, we are going to meet once a week on Thursdays at 5 p.m., maybe it's just to check in. If it's mandatory, the instructor will say, hey, we're going to meet on Zoom on these days and times in that syllabus. I know Andrea's mentioned several times, when you guys registered, it's had set times, but now everything's moving to an online format. So the instructors are, some of those instructors that never taught online as well. This is their first time teaching online. So I just know in my experience when I've been going to school, the instructors always that first day, they say the syllabus, this is what is expected of you for this semester in my class. So don't worry about, do I have a certain time that I have to be there? Just make sure you do check your Canvas that first day. Like Andrea mentioned, in the teacher settings, they can view how long you've been in their course. When I've been viewing our RAM Ready course where we have some activities for you guys, I can see which students have already checked in. I can see how long they've spent in that course because I'm one of the teachers in it. So they can see that for their own courses. So like they mentioned, the ambassadors, they gave you some good tips. What I would recommend is make your own schedule for yourself. Even though you're not going to be in class in person, maybe you say, okay, every Tuesday and Thursday, I am checking my English course. And from 8 to 9, I'm going to sit there and be in that course to view the presentations, or I'm going to be working on assignments during that time, so that it's something that you have to refer back to, like, okay, I'm not in the classroom, but I do need a set time aside for myself to do this coursework or to view the presentation information. So make your own schedule. If your instructors don't specifically say in the syllabus that they're going to be meeting on certain days and times for Zoom.
Yes, thank you. So, Brandy, hopefully that answered part of your question too. You asked, are discussions on your own and classes at certain times? All that depends on the teacher, right? So your discussions and how you complete your assignments, that will be on your own time. You just have to make sure you're looking at those due dates. So all of your assignments and all of your discussions and all of those things will have their own due dates, and you just need to make sure that you complete those before those due dates come up. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see. And so I went ahead and answered a couple questions. And yes, so for China, I mean, everyone is kind of experiencing some little hesitation and some uncertainty about the online classes. So you're not alone. So that's the first thing. There are some resources that Sim and Marilyn had pointed out as far as like helping you plan for your classes, for your assignments, like our tutoring centers that we have. What other support services do we have available that maybe you two would
ESPS.
recommend? We have our DSPS, our Disabled Students Programs and Services. If you're part of their
Hmm.
program, they do help with accommodation. So if
Yeah.
you do have a verify, go ahead.
Sorry, so I'm actually part of DSPS. I have ADHD, so they provide things like e-textbooks for me. They'll take like a hardbook textbook, make it an ebook. I get time and a half on tests. So I get a paper from them, I give it to my teacher, and it's like written on the paper. You get more time on this test because you're part of our program. So that's what I utilize. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. And when we were showing you the screen of the support hub, you can go back to that one, Marilyn, if you can. The support hub, when you're in Canvas, we tried they did a really good job of keeping like a lot of the support services there available in Canvas as well, so that you don't have to keep navigating back to our webpage. But our webpage is one of your really good resources for this. But in your support hub, you'll see there's all of these other support services. So the Student Wellness Center, that should give you information to both our health and psychological services. So you'll be able to connect with them as a student. Those are free services that you get. So there is group, individual, and group sessions that our psych services does. They may be offering some other sessions for students specifically, uh, relieving anxiety to start online classes. There's a lot of things that they will do throughout the semester to kind of address the needs of things that are happening just in the world. So they may have some support groups there for you. So that's a really good resource for you to check out. The counseling office, when you're meeting with your counselor regularly for making sure you're on track with your student plan and whatnot, that's another support that you guys have. But really just looking here for the other support options that are there. Yes. So, yeah. Is there any other questions that you have? We do have about 9 more minutes left in our session. So if you feel like we've gone over this, this is going to, like I said, this is recorded. This is going to be posted. So you'll be able to see this on our RAM Ready webpage at the end of the week. Revisit it, rewatch it. It was a lot to go over, but it was just to prepare you, not overwhelm you with everything that's in there, but just to give you like some of the points so that when you're in Canvas and you're starting, you're going to see, oh yeah, remember they talked about that in there. Yes, discussions, or this function was useful. So that's really what we wanted to do for you, and you'll be able to revisit it later on our website. But now's your time, and we realize you some of you are asking questions that maybe don't have anything to do with Canvas, but our ambassadors, they work on campus, so they were here prior to being closed down, and they have a lot of knowledge. They have that peer-to-peer support, so you feel free to post your questions in here and we can help you guys get those answered. So yeah, we thank you for joining us. We're really glad to see you. We know that you're on the right track because you're here and you've been taking advantage of these. So now it's your job to share this with people that you know. So when you get other questions from students, you can say, hey, we went to this, or we saw this service that was offered, check it out. Maybe that can help you. So we really want you to also share the information because we're all in this together. We want to get back to campus. I know you want to get back to campus, so wear your mask, social distance. We could get back to campus if you do that. We saw one more question come in here. Grace, do you need to get an ID card? Good question. So right now, student ID cards, if they're being offered, you'll find that information on our student activities website. So normally student ID cards were not mandatory at all. They were optional. You pay $5, you get a student ASB card. What did the student ASB card give you, Marilyn? What kind of things could you get with that?
Discounts. So many Dutch discounts. So it's $1 off Dutch every time you go. And it's $5. And I go to Dutch more than 5 times. So I totally recommend. And it's not just Dutch, it's Carl's Jr., it's that Mexican place across the street. Like, I recommend.
Yeah. So you would get your ID card, you would get benefits like discounts. You would also get discounts into some of the sporting events that would happen. And then, there was other services that you could get with your ASB card. So right now we don't know if, we kind of are operating on whatever we know today. That's how we're going to move along. It's hard to plan because things are changing every day, just in the situation that we're in. So check the student activities webpage and see what their status is for the ASB cards. But that's a good question. So it's not mandatory. The main thing I think you need to have, and Sim or Marilyn pointed this out early, is memorizing your ID number. Knowing your student ID number when you call any service, when you are accessing services, it allows them to look you up quickly. It allows them to, help you quickly. So we really want you to memorize that 7-digit student ID number. And then Noah, where's the Student Support Hub again? So luckily, Maryland still has that up. Your
Yes.
Student Support Hub is located in your Canvas modules, but it's when you access a course. So right now, everybody who has signed up for um, this RAM Ready event, you have the RAM Ready course published in your Canvas courses. You've seen it. Have you, China? Have you been able to see that we are allowing people to post in the discussion? Did you notice that there was any discussions you can post in, or did you just see that there was like discussion tutorials, like how to post a discussion? Get back in there and look when you have time, but in the Canvas course, we want you to get familiar with Canvas. So we asked everyone to post in the discussion. We asked everyone to kind of upload an assignment. And when you post in the discussion and you do those activities, you get entered into a drawing to win Grubhub, Target, Amazon, any gift. We got some gift cards that were donated by our staff and faculty. So, we want to give you an opportunity to learn Canvas, but then also maybe get, something nice for yourself. So the Student Support Hub, Noah, is going to be located in one of your Canvas courses. So once you click on a course, and you can use the RAM Ready one, you'll see the Student Support Hub icon in your menu there. So you'll be able to get it there. So awesome. Um, yes. So, like Marilyn mentioned, we have a lot of DSPS services, our Disabled Students Programs and Services. Connect with your counselor if you're part of that program. So, I see a question from Johnny there. If you need extra support, you can connect with your counselor or with one of the specialists there and ask them, how do I get more help with this? We will probably have our ambassadors next week working sometime, since we're not available in person, because normally they'd help you find your classes. They would be out there on campus showing you, the different resources that we have. We may have some of that additional support online through Zoom. So, you could pop in and we'll say, you have a question, we could help you answer that question. So check our webpage, go to the Fresno City College webpage, and then also we'll probably post it to the RAM Ready webpage as well. But our office is called College Relations. So you'll go to our College Relations page, and that's where we list all of our resources that we have. So if you're a new student, you come to our office and we'll help you with all of those things. So let's see. I think Grace, how do you get one? So remember, just Grace, go back to the student activities webpage, because if they're not offering them right now, then there won't be any way to get them. But if they do offer student ID cards, then they would tell you how to either make an appointment to get one, or if they have drop-in services. So you just want to make sure you look on the student activities website as far as their updates, because we haven't heard any updates recently about their ID cards. So since we're not on campus, they were trying to figure out if the ID cards were something they needed to get up and running right away, or if that was something that was going to be on hold. So just make sure you visit their website. So let's see. And then I'm going to go to Priscilla's question. If classes are not up and going on Monday and are not synchronized, then emailing the instructor and checking student email in Canvas is a way to not get dropped from the class. Yes. So you've got a very good overview so far. So if your class schedule says the class starts on Monday, and you log in on Monday and your Canvas is not there, and you've emailed that instructor, and you know you've done everything that you can, you have that paper trail, you have that to say, hey, I tried to access, it wasn't there. Take screenshots. Students are so savvy. The proof is on your phone. You take a screenshot of something, it shows you're not in there, because again, as we're all working through this, um, sometimes instructors may not know, oh, I didn't make that live, or oh, I didn't do this. So we're learning this. Everyone is new at this. You are new as the students and learning the platform, and faculty are new to, maybe this is their first class they're teaching online. So try to be patient, but please also be proactive. So I appreciate your questions coming through. So yes, Priscilla, hopefully that answered your question. That's the way to not get dropped from the class, making sure you're doing everything you can. So it's in the course. Yes. So back to Noah's question, you choose a course. So you could choose RAM Ready, and then you'll see this menu that's popping up right now. You all see the PowerPoint still. The Student Support Hub will be that last icon from the bottom, and it'll be the Student Support Hub, and you can see this. Yes. Thank you, Marilyn. And then that help function at the bottom is the additional resources that are there. So all right. Well, we are coming up on our 10 o'clock hour. So again, we really thank you all for being here. You all are doing a great job of accessing these resources. Continue to access them. Go to the RamReady webpage. Make sure you're going to the live sessions. Make sure you go through the presentation with all of the videos. And we just wish you the best of luck on your first day of the semester. Ask questions. Ask anybody you get on the phone. We're here to help. We really want you to feel supported through this. So good luck on the first days of your semester, and we'll see you in another session. So
Bye.
Bye, guys.